Thank you, lurkers, whoever's lurking in the background, giving me spam in the arts. I thought, obviously, I'm going to continue where I left off from yesterday, dealing with the board, the the Technics board with the capacitors. Oh God, it's long-winded. Where do I start? I mean, yeah, where do I start? I ain't even ordered the capacitors yet, and I'm still running into issues where the bloody multimeter won't read into the circuit board. So, oh, hold up, there's no range. It looks like there's no. Oh, yes, there is capture device. Okay, I was just wondering why is there any capture device going in there? Is so yes. I thought, Stu, Happy New Year. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I'm Bronson. Yeah. It's funny you should mention Bronson. He's down here. You know why? You know why he's waiting? Because I've got a bloody pot noodle that's sitting there, and he wants pot noodles. So that's what he's waiting for. At the end of the day, he's really glued me up. At the end of the day, so yeah. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're good and well on that front. By any chance, Mr. Stu, did you? I posted on my Discord. On my Discord channel. Did you see the Kodak? He caught his PlayStation 5 alight with IPA, and obviously voltage. Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, and yourself? Yeah, I'm actually good. I mean, these new tablets they put me on, I'm only on them for a short while, but they're stopping these dizzy spells. But the only downside is I can't drive with them, so I tend not to take them. Before I go out, I'll take them when I'll come back in the afternoon at the end of the day. So yeah, when you get 5 minutes, pop on my Discord team on my channel and have a look. Yeah, I've seen that last night. That was funny. It's just how easy it is. Do you know what? Isn't it frightening what IPA and voltage does at the end of it? I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, I know it's comical to watch. He didn't cut it, but it goes to show even the experts can get it wrong. And normally, I would put my hand up and actually say that was me at the end of it. You know, I know it makes great content. I mean, it clearly did make great content, but I could not believe how quickly that could have got very ugly very quickly. I thought, geez, and I thought, bloody hell, and I thought, I thought I'd do bad things on the streams, you know, blowing things up and falling off chairs. Not intentionally, but, you know, not to catch things alight, no. I mean, that could have easily... What if he had a bottle there, you know, with that IPA? He would have had a serious fire. I mean, how could you put that down to the insurance? Cause a fire? Me mucking about with 10 amps, with a bit of IPA and voltage injection. Bloody hell. I mean, that's one way, because I'll tell you what, that would enough void your insurance. They'd say, sorry, we can't pay you out, because obviously that's down to self-inflicted on that front. I mean, even he burnt himself. But after about 5 minutes, he went, no, that's fine. It's still, if we can still try to fix it. That goes off to him, so that was very, I thought, bloody hell. Not many people would actually thinking, right, that's it, well, I'll cut the stream there. Normally, straight away, I thought, I've got to clip that and post that. I cannot believe how quickly that could just, it was just up and running, you know, at the end of it. I thought, flipping hell, that's unbelievable. But I'm just dreading for something like that would happen to me. You know, I just thought, oh, for crying out loud, yeah, it probably would. I thought, flipping hell. You see what I mean? Even the experts can't get it right. And he's an expert in dealing with that. Obviously, he had a 10 amp draw. What was he doing? Mucking around with 10 amp. Imagine the risk assessment. Yeah, I totally agree. When he wants to do his van and travel to repair, what, go around catching things alight? Yeah. No, that's all right. I'll be 10 minutes. Next minute, you're coming out saying, quick, call the fire brigade. You think, what about my PlayStation? Yeah, sorry, it got a bit crisped up. Oh, flipping hell. You couldn't make it up. You just seriously could not make that stuff up. You know, I don't think the customers would be too happy. I mean, obviously that was a customer's PS5. How do you expect to see that when you're seeing it catch a light on the live stream? Well, obviously not on the live stream, but on a video stream that he posted. I mean, bloody hell, you know how quick things go viral, and I thought I'd do daft things. I thought, oh no, I can't be blamed for that. I definitely cannot be blamed for it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it goes around. He was going to do, he was going to do mobile repairs. Well, that's going to set off a good example, isn't it? I'm a professional, and then all of a sudden saying I'm catching PlayStation 5s alike with IPA. I'm thinking, oh no, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. So, yeah, good start to 2026, isn't it? I mean, what a starting things of actually going around and you know, the start of January 2026, we'll catch things alight. I mean, Mr. Carfor was going around blowing things up, and I've literally, honestly, I thought that was comical with that 60-volt injection. We're blowing the capacitors up and taking out Christmas trees. You know what Mr. Carfor's like. He likes blowing things up, and I went hats off to him. Just do it safely. Just don't hurt yourself in the process. At the end of it, goes to show how powerful these bloody bench power supplies are on that front. Now, Mr. Bonzel is obviously sitting here because I know what he wants. Yes, I know what Bonzel wants. He always wants foods. Yes, Mr. Now, don't start, Bonzi. You're being a troublemaker today. Obviously, you had to go at the next door neighbour's cat today, so yeah, the cat hissed at him, and that made him worse. Why did cats and dogs never get on? I could never understand it. It must be their arch enemy. That front. Yeah, to be honest, I've not been very, do you know what, Mr. Stu? I've not been great myself, my friend. I've not really been on YouTube or anything. I'm passing some pictures on Discord. It looks funny. Yes, I know how you feel, my friend, because obviously when I had these dizzy spells, I wasn't too great myself on that front. So yeah, my hat go off to you, sir. I know exactly what it's like. It is not great. So yes, the issue that I've got. I hope you're well. I hope you pictures. No, pitch. It's pitch. It's on Discord. Car fours on trees. Funny. Oh yeah. So let me have a quick look. So what is it on Mr. Carfor's layout? I don't know if I've got Carfor on here. Let's have a look. Carfor. Oh, I've come out of it now. No, I don't think Mr. Carfor's in my group. Unless he's on there. Oh, Core Slug. Carfor. There we go. Now that was only when he blew up the tree. That was actually comical. No, it just shows how funny he was. I personally think that yes, when he put the 60 volts injection, how did that tree stand up? When he put the pictures up on there, obviously the tree took 60 volts, and straight away I thought, bloody hell, how did that tree? It lasted as long as it did. I was really surprised. Yeah, I was quite impressed. And then the blue light right at the end of the tree, it went from a different colour to bright blue. And I went, oh, that's pretty. And then that was the last thing that died. I thought, oh no, that's it. Carfor's done his blowing things up. So, Yeah, that made my day. That did. I said because he's always saying he's always saying in the chat, inject 60 volts. Well, he done one better than that. He took the tree out. So, yes, hat went off to him on that front. Yeah, I hope you're well, Mr. Stu, because I know, like I said, I know what it's like when you're not very well, my friend. So I'm hoping you're all better on that front. These are all bits off that bloody Panasonic. I know that this has still got a bloody problem. I'm going to come to this back to it in a minute. Oh, this is enough. I'll tell you what. I know Mr. Worms bangs on about when he done his headers, putting the headers onto the Atari boards and how tedious and how quickly it is. I can totally relate to that. It's like taking these capacitors out. I like to take one leg at a time. And when there's about 40 plus capacitors on the board, God, it's time consuming. It takes hours. Yeah, no, that's my mum has that, COPD. Yeah, so I've just managed it. I know what it's like. Yeah, and it will affect it. You've got to make sure you keep warm, my friend. Definitely. My mum's got that, COPD. Obviously, hers was due to excessive smoking back when she was younger, but now she's a pensioner. It brought on COPD on that front. So, yeah, it's not ideal. I can totally relate to that. It's obviously it affects your breathing. I'm asthmatic myself, so I know exactly. My asthma has not been too bad. If it does affect me, if it gets too cold, then I start struggling with breathing. So yeah, it's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. Now this yesterday done my bloody Sweden yesterday, because I knew that when I plugged this in, this was working. So this was, oh great, hold up, I've put a bloody thing up on there. Now, when I plugged this in, the CD player works. I left it on for about 3 hours and then the CD started to play up again. I'm wondering if this could be capacitor related. That's what I'm worried about. Juiced. Hey you guys, happy new. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for popping on. I'm glad. Hope you're well, my friend. It is. We went shopping today, right? Obviously in the UK. Not everyone's from the UK. So I don't know these guys. I know a lot of us are in the UK. We're darted all over the place. I went shopping in my local, well, it's a little way. I drove about 20 miles to a little village, and then yeah, we went to Sainsbury's. Mr. Carfor, I was just saying about you, sir. We was just talking about you, about blowing things up. So yeah, I'm glad you went the house. So anything? Have you got anything else that's on your agenda list, sir? That you're going to be putting on Discord? Obviously, I honestly thought that when you went go around blowing things up, did you, Mr. Carfor? Did you? I posted on my Discord. Did you watch the coder blowing up? He actually caught the PS5 motherboard with IPA. I clipped it. I done a clip and put it onto my Discord. Go and watch it. And you thought you was bad at blowing things up. Yeah, I saw that. You're thinking, oh no. Honestly, do you know what? That's the first time I see it. And I shouted out, quick, get the fire extinguisher. Retro, Mr. Worms. Oh, Mr. Worms, I'm so glad you're in, sir. So yes, the coder, I cannot believe. I was going, quick, put the fire out. And I thought, you daft banana. I mean, no, it's obviously, it's a video. So, but it goes to show how dangerous it is. Don't muck around with, don't do voltage injection next to IPA. Now I'm more, and I can understand the reasons why on that front, because look what he says. It's a fire risk. So 100% IPA is a fire risk. Yeah, alcohol burns really. Do you know what? It burns well. I mean, that's one way of keeping warm, isn't it? It's really flammable. Do you know what? if you ever run out, if you ever run out of eating, which I have to use a diesel eater, right, at the end of the day, just we'll just set a small fire in the living room, ever so slightly. You're thinking, don't use IPA, it's highly flammable. Fucking hell, what? You weren't kidding. How quickly that went up. All I see was the ball got launched off the table. That was a customer's PS5. I mean, how are you going to explain that? Yeah, it's just right. It's just the vapours of the acetone can be built up. It's do you know what? No worms. Isn't it fucking frightening? Isn't it? Eh? Do you know what? I cannot believe how quick that went up. I thought petrol was bad enough. Yeah, IPA from a Zippo lighters that would work a bit. Yeah, but not that good. Well, Mr. Carfor, you can add that one to your list. So if you ever do want to blow something up, you could always try to experiment when you're doing voltage injection on your bench power supply. Make sure it's got IPA strapped to it. Preferably not a can. It'll be like a time bomb going bang. You're thinking, oh no. Yeah, he swept up in an ash bag and he gave it back to the customer and he says it's unfixable. He burnt his raspberry. Well, he actually burnt his Pico. His Pico got burnt. Try the aftershave. It was not that good. You're thinking, flipping hell. What was he after? He was after definitely something. How are you going to explain that to your customer? No, that was a customer's PS5. They're going to see that on the bloody on there and think, hang on a minute, that's my bloody PlayStation. Well, he tried to keep it warm. Well, that went a bit wrong, didn't it? Obviously IPA don't mix quite well with 10 amps trying to crank through it. I thought, for a moment, I burst out laughing. I was just thinking of Mr. Carfor, thinking, bloody hell, Mr. Carfor was coming out trying to blow up Christmas trees. He's done one better. He's blown up PlayStation 5s. He's now ash. You're thinking, oh no. Well, he couldn't fix it. He said, I spent 3 hours on it. After he burnt his hand, and then after that, he said, oh, I'm all right, I'm fine. I'll just run it under the cold tap. Off to you, sir. The coder is literally, he's definitely the daddy on that front. It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, did you see how many likes he's got? That actually must be one of his best likes ever. He smashed over 700 likes. So he smashed that like button. Well, obviously, he nearly smashed something else by the sound of it. It was the PlayStation 5 board went on the floor. It was all caught up with IPA. All I was seeing was the Pico was actually catching a light. And he left all the wires were all going up. He said, oh, it got a bit toasted. Mr. Swindon. Mr. Swindon, did you watch the coders catching the reunite of the PlayStation 5? I did post it I did post it on my Discord. I had to watch it. It was absolutely yeah, I did, yeah, lame-o. thanks, Mr. Swindon. You didn't. There was I didn't have to be called a lame-o for that purpose. I never caught it like. Obviously, I thought that was going to be a Carfor moment. I thought, oh no, that's it. Hold up, let me move the camera. That's better. Carfor class for what? Yeah, for being first. Yeah, I've got to admit, that was definitely. That was definitely a moment. I think that one's up there past even for Carfor's sort of aspect. Try even blowing up Christmas trees, which was fantastic, even in that blue LED light, right at the last moment. But catching a PlayStation 5 alight, yeah, totally. We like to see fire. We definitely like to see a bit. That's the first bit of fire I've ever seen on YouTube. Yeah, that's what fire scares me. I can imagine. Yeah. Why'd you saying that? You injected 60 volts. That could have easily caught a light. Mind you, I did see the state of the board. I thought, Jesus, that ball did take a bit of a whack from 60 volts. So obviously, it done its job. It lasted quite well. I was really off to you, sir. I've been pretty. Bloody 60 volts. Can you imagine? That was only 10 amps. Fucking hell, what did he? I popped 5 amps in. It took a capacitor out on the car radio. That was 10 amps injected. You know what it was? I did watch him. He was doing voltage injection right next to the top, and I think he moved, and that made an arc, which that then sparked. I mean, even 1 amp would have caused that. I mean, you don't need to put much voltage in. That was 10 amps. That was obviously that was a serious amount of ampage. He couldn't fix it in the end. It was unfixable. So I don't know what was up with the PlayStation. He'll probably find if I yeah, do you know you're right there, Mr. Worms. He'll find on eBay saying it's untested. Sorry, we can't fix it. Yeah, well, just look back on YouTube and you'll see it there. Oh yeah, you're right. He said, I ain't going to clip it. Well, don't worry, I've done it for you. It sounds like it needs to start experimenting with IPA. Do you know what? Fucking, I'm frightened now, even putting IPA on the bloody board, just in case that happens. Fucking, how quick can you put my jam? Alright, I've got a fire extinguisher. I don't know if it works now. Yeah, well, the theory's good. I mean, that's in theory, it sounds good. You're doing voltage injections now with IPA. Don't worry, Mr. Worms. I've got a pot noodle today, so I've got chicken and mushroom laid off. The dog ate the sandwiches earlier. Obviously, I've got an unwelcome guest here at the end of it. Every time it is a pot noodle. Not everyone likes bloody pot noodles. They're going, oh, that's bloody disgusting. I like pot noodles. I bought a big pack of them. They was doing them on special offer. I think they're a great snack. Falcon would approve. Oh yeah, I forgot. Mr. Falcon likes pot noodles. You're right. Do you know what I'm worried about? All right. Now, obviously, this CD player is working, but it's working intermittently. So, what's actually happening? I left that for 3 hours running yesterday while I was streaming, and then all of a sudden it won't read the disc. Now, I could go down the route. That could be a capacitor related, but then it won't work for 3 hours. That would mean more like the laser is obviously not approving. So I might just swap the laser out, right, at the end of it. And I've got the other one over there, even though it's up for sale. I'll just swap the lasers over, because I'm not going to muck about, because I know what's going to happen with this bloody thing. You know, I don't want to end up keep altering the pot. I altered it yesterday. This is why I've just ordered an oscilloscope. The same one of Mr. Pico recommended. It's the same stuff. Obviously, this bloody thing, I hate these auto ranges. These auto range bloody, multimeters. They give you false. They sort of give you false positives at the end of the day, or it just don't register. What's the bloody point? So I've ordered 3 different types of multimeter, which Mr. Pico recommended. That's exactly what I ended up doing, and I've managed to get the same one as Mr. Pico, but obviously I've got to order the things on it. But he said that they're not the easiest to operate, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's the route I'm gone down anyway. So I'm going to switch this off. Now, before I switch... Oh no, actually, what I could do is to quickly test this. I'm going to leave it on K-ohm resistance. And then just want to see Yeah, my multi is a suit cheaper garbage. Do you know what though, Mr. Worms? These bloody multimeters are terrible. Now that's registering at 0.73. Right, so I'm gonna register, and I had to turn that up. That was at 726, 0.726. So I'm gonna just whip the top of the other one cover off and do a test, but to find out. I think that laser's on its way out, because it works, and then it stops bloody working. I can't have obviously. I mean, I don't know why I'm bloody bothering. I mean, yeah, but then I wanted a complete. Oh, excuse me. I wanted a complete working unit. So let me grab the other one. Oh, thank you, Bronson. Here we go. Obviously, now this one's got the broken drawer. Whoa! Got so excited, nearly fell off my chair. Change it. Yeah, I see exactly what I'm going to do, Mr. Stu. I see exactly what I'm going to do, sir. Change it over. I'm going to test out the. Going to test out the other one. Obviously, I've got the other one down here. It's bloody freezing. A small. Do you know what? It was so cold around my mum's. I had to put the coat on and my gloves. That is how bad it was. I reckon it's cold enough for snow. And then test again to see if you can get the same. Yes, I'm thinking that. All right, where's the? Put them over there for a minute. I'm gonna put them up that one. Yeah, I reckon it's cold enough for snow out there. It was literally so bitter. I went out about 7 o'clock this morning. Took the dog out. Fucking hell, I wanted to come back in. I had to put his coat on him because his coat are obviously big dogs with thin coats. They feel the cold as well. So I've got my nice fleece jacket. Keeps him warm. People don't think of their pets. You got to think of your pets and all. I can't get over that with Dakota. That's the first time I've ever seen him, and he didn't even edit that. And literally caught it alight. I mean, bloody hell. That no wonder he's smashed. I'll tell you what. I bet you enough get some views for that. Some serious views. Right. Now this one's got exactly the same pop. Now remember correctly, I swapped the cage over, and this was the original laser for this system. It's just that I put that into the bad cage because the cage is alright, but the cogs are all mangled up at the end of it. So let me probe. Let me just probe one side of the thing and then see what we're reading. We're registering at 923. Wow. Now that's at 923. Now the other one's obviously way down below that. You shouldn't get no reading on one side. So 923. I'll write that number down. It's interesting because I can now take meter readings from one to another. Yeah, 924. So I'm going to just quickly notify that. and write that down. Down. No, yeah, I think it was 0.924. I'll double check. For each laser diode, it can be a different tolerance from the manufacturers. So, unless you have, yes. Well, I haven't got the correct tolerance levels. Now, this is what Mr. Pico was actually saying about you needing an oscilloscope on the front. I've got one of those soppy little oscilloscope things, but the depth scale is not too much. He said it's not powerful enough. He said you want something that's got, and that's why I ordered this one. I managed to win, you know, lucky enough I managed to win the bid on it. Yeah, 924. The other one's set at 736, so I'll go 924 and I'll bump that one up. I'll leave this one unplugged for a minute. Obviously, now that one is factory. That is not been mucked about with. Because it was, when I bought this, obviously with the cage, it had a faulty, the door it was sticking. Lucky enough I managed to sort the door out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this other one back, leave that there for a minute. Let's put this one back on. Oh my god, take this one out, put this one in. And I'm going to alter the value to 924, obviously. I did have it up to that amount. If I remember correctly yesterday, I did put it to that. I'm pretty sure I put it roughly around about 920. Even though you ain't got to water that much, you don't have to. I'm going to just alter the value. Plug it in. Put it on standby. Leave it on standby. Now I'm gonna have to be careful because this is hot. This is live. I don't want to get zapped, so I'm keeping my fingers well away. Here we go. 7.50. Now it still needs adjusting. I don't think you need. Right, we're back again. I don't know what's going on with this, Mr. Holmes. I've charged this up. It's the DJI mic one. And again, when it blinks, it was charging. So I made sure it charged up overnight, right? Plugged it in. I'll leave it, do you know what? I wonder if it could be because I've got it into there. I'll leave that on and then I'll keep an eye on it. And then see if that is the case. Because I don't know, I'll leave it plugged into the dock. Perhaps leaving it in the dock is causing it to cause problems. I'm just hoping it ain't got a bloody... Everything I bloody buy don't seem to work. Or I'll end up buying the most defective item up on this shelf. Like, I'll pick it out, think, you know, that looks alright. Yeah, get it home and it don't bloody work. That sounds about right. They're saying it's 0.58. I don't know what's going on here. I think something's fucking seriously screwed up. See, told you, nothing never goes straight forward on the stream, mate. Regardless to what, you'd rather catch things alight or things blow up. Here we go. We're up to 827. And I'm barely touching that diode. Barely. It's just getting it the right... Obviously, you've got to get right in the centre. I have to get right in the centre of this and then probe it. Because you can... It's got 3 legs on it for some reason. The other leg... 792, 791. Let's see if I've got a bloody better screwdriver. Where's all my screwdrivers gone? I need my other one. Here we go. That might actually help it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that DJI bloody microphone. It's mental. Obviously adjusted that too much. I've now gone up to 1.2 and you can barely touch it. That's how sensitive these... This is why I hate working with diodes, especially when you're adjusting the pot. You don't have to move them much and then they jump out of alignment or... It's out of alignment again. Wow. I need a smaller screwdriver. Jesus, how much more bloody smaller do I need to go? Flat end? I think I did have a little flat end one. So I don't even know what's causing it for that to keep cutting off. That's not a flat end. What about that one? Can I use that? I don't think I can. Nope. What about the little red one? No, can't get anything in there. Little Phillips. Too big. Wow. What about a nail file? Can I get a nail file in? Yeah, I think a nail file might have done it. Crank. Yeah, you know it there, Mr. Worms. I'm getting nothing. But Jesus, crying out loud. Oh, I'll tell you what, Mr. Worms, you know you said, that's what I said to you earlier on about doing them IC sockets. Oh, I got fed up with doing them capacitors. In the end, it done my head in. Taking one side of the leg out, soldering it. I found 8 bad caps so far on that, and still ain't finished. No wonder that board's got problems. The funny thing is, it shows up it works, but obviously not properly. Crying out loud. I just want something I could just post in there. Right, let's see if I can get a smaller screwdriver. I can't get the angle in. Yeah, at that point I would replace all of them regardless. Trouble is, there's 42 caps that cost a bloody fortune. I found the 8 bad caps. I've managed to come across 8 bad ones. I've made a note. Do you know what? That's not even bloody turning. Hold up a minute. That's not even turning. Oh no, it is turning. It's not. It feels like it's seized. The pot feels like it's actually seized. I might have to whip this drive out. Do you know what? Why am I fucking about? That's actually not a bad idea. I'll take the bolt. I'll take the drive out completely. I'm going to be here for the month of Sundays. That pot's. I don't think that pot's turning. Yeah, I've come across 8 bad caps. Obviously, the board that I'm working on, there's 42 caps on here. Right, they're scattered all over this board. It took 7 hours just to do a quarter section, because obviously the soppy multimeter won't read in circuit for some reason. This won't read in circuit. And so pulled one side of the leg out and then tested it, and then it showed up. I've got 8 bad ones here. That's without the 3 bad ones I've got on the front display as well. And all I've got left is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 12 more to do. So what I've done out of the 12, 13 more to do. I've put black dots on, 14, sorry, I didn't see that one. So there's 14 more to do on that out of the 40 odd caps. So what I've managed to do is put black dots on good, red dots on, and the red dots sort of daubed it with a felt tip and say the red ones are bad, and then I know roughly which ones I could just pull off, but because these caps are all good, otherwise I'll have to keep, because it'll keep the cost down, because it will just get very expensive very quickly trying to replace caps. Because remember, the good quality cap ones, you're going to have to pay a couple of quid just for a good capacitor, and obviously you'll have to buy them in packs, because they even from DigiKey uses it's an American website. There'd be import charges on top, but it will tell you roughly what the capacitor is. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that. I'll pull that laser out. It's actually a nice pot noodle. I don't mind. I like the curry ones. The only ones I'm not keen on is they do the Bombay Bad Boy. I don't like the spices. I just can't get on with them. Bombay Bad Boy. Obviously, you've got the tomato one, tomato mushroom, and obviously the chicken and mushroom. I mean, it's bloody hell. There's so many different choices. I've lost count. So what I'm going to have to do is pull this. The cap's got to come out. Like that. Pull that out. Yeah, them things are hot, them bad boys. Yeah, they done a kebab one, and I went, oh no, short, just stop. Just stop. Don't mention that. Cannot be nice in on that front. It just cannot be nice at all. Bloody kebab. Seriously? So, yeah, I don't think I fancy the kebab one somehow. That is, that would be enough to turn your stomach. Yeah, I like the chicken and mushroom. That's the one I've got, the chicken and mushroom. I like the chicken and mushroom. The chicken and mushroom ones are nice. They're very subtle. Now, can I take this out? I sure can. Well, that's made my job easier. Can I pull that ribbon cable out? Ever so slightly? I can, and then I ain't got to take none of this front off. Problem solved. Now I can get to the diode. If I take that ribbon out underneath, like that, ever so slight. Now I can measure the diode properly, and I can get to the diode. There's the other two screws. We can get them out. Yeah, I think they're sweet. Yeah, oh yeah, the sweet and sour. I'm not a lover of the sweet and sour. It's all right. But I just want. I like the most subtle. Noodles are good anyway. They're a good sort of filling. Right. I'm just opening this bloody laser. Now I can get to. I can get to it a lot easier, and now I can manage instead of trying to get out of the bloody angle. No, that's freeing up quite. You know what it was? I just couldn't get the angle in there. That's all right now. So first thing I'm going to do is probe one of the legs. I'm just hoping this laser ain't going bad. I've turned that virtually all the way up. I can't even get a reading on it. Did do. That obviously won't go any further. Won't register. I think this laser's going, you know. I think this laser's going bloody bad. Oh, no. This is not good news, isn't it? Bloody hell, don't anything. It's oh, Mr. Grasspuddle's in. Oldham Electrics, how you doing, sir? Mr. Grasspuddle, thank you for joining. I said that while I was choking on a bit of pot noodle. I'm thinking, oh no, not good, not good at all. Here we go. 1.5. $500, 0.500. I want to crank it up. Obviously, turning it towards me is cranking up the dial. Now that's now at 983. I wanted to be at, where's that bit of paper? 924. So I want to turn it down ever so slight. And just want to be at 924. No, and I barely touched that, and it's all fucking goes to show these epoxy diodes are literally you just literally have to put the screwdriver in and just touch it. And that's how mad pots are. That's why I hate working on these things. You put the screwdriver in and it's all the value. $853, and I bet all I've done was put the screwdriver in. That goes to show. $700. Wow. I can see it while I'm turning, and I am barely touching it. 994 is too much. I need to come down just a tad. Fucking hell, it's a guessing game. It's gone right down to 700 and something. Wow. $800. If I can get it near enough. 879. $992. Yeah, good luck of trying it exactly for 924. Yeah, this is why an oscilloscope is essential. This is what Mr. Pico was recommending. 934. Oh, it's close. 934. 933. I'm barely touching that, and I am not kidding. I touch it and then it goes straight back down low. That's close enough. No, it's dropped right back down to 700 again. Jesus, this is what makes me think pots have a big part of an issue. That's astronomical. I barely touch it and then I can get it up to. Bloody hell. I should have left that at 933. 984. If I get that down. Now it's going up. It's creeping up. It spikes. You could just do the most minutest turns. It was it will spike from 900 down to 854. See, barely touching it. It's now at 1,000. Wow. $9.46. It's not ideal. $9.89. It's actually going up. No. I'll get there, guys. Don't worry. I will get there. Perseverance. It's one of those things that you're going to have to persevere. I'm just putting a screwdriver in. And just tight. Just ever so slight. Yeah, it's gone up. It's dropped down to about 884. $9.30. I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, $9.29. I'm going to leave it there. It was obviously, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, low. Yeah, leave it. That's exactly why I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it at, it's clocked at 9.30. The one that come off the other one that's on there, it's 9.24. And I'm not joking. Just put that on and you just have to turn just ever so slight. And obviously the trouble is it swings it too far over to one side or to the other. Fuck, I don't want to muck about. That's why I hate mucking about with pots. You can see how temperamental that thing is, literally. Now, the original one, when it first started off, was 700 and something. So I don't know if that is actually going to be the pot that's obviously 40. I'll double check. $9.27. I'm going to leave it at there, $9.27. That's close enough. I've got that as close as I can get it without it swinging wildly on one side or the other. I don't want to do that again. That might not work anyway, because it could be the new laser diodes times. Yes. That's what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about thinking I shouldn't have to be altering pots on a laser. That indicates to me that that laser could be on its way to bye-bye land. I'll put this in, plug it, wire it back up, right, and leave it running. Because I left it for 3 hours yesterday, it was running fine, and then it wasn't reading the disc. It just decided, no, I'm not going to read the disc. So that could indicate to me that the laser is struggling. You shouldn't have to alter the pot because you're raising the pot up more towards the disc so it can read. So that means the laser's getting weaker. Comparing, that was the original laser. Before I do that, yeah, it might not work anyway because the new laser diode is timed. Yeah, your pot noodle must be cut. Do you know what, Mr. Worms? You read my mind, right? It's funny how same of mine, my friend. You're exactly 100% right. It is cold, and I ain't got a microwave, so I'll have to eat cold pot noodle. But Bronson keeps giving me the looks. Let's get my pot noodle. You know, I've got the heating on. It's still bloody cold. It's nice in here now because I've had to put the extension pipe on. Boil some hot water and pour some on there. Do you know what? That's not a bad idea. I might, except for the dog's hair. I don't want that. I'm just going to give some to Mr. Bronson because someone's pestering me here and he wants pot noodle. I don't mind eating cold pot noodles anyway. Now, obviously, Mr. Bronson likes a pot noodle, didn't you, Mr. Bronson? What? What do you want? Wait, back. Bronson, don't get none of me bleeding laser player. That's the last thing I want. He'll end up having. Let's just eat me cold pot noodle. Ain't too bad. It's just lukewarm. If this still don't do it after this. Michael, how you doing, my friend? I didn't even know you was in. Sorry, I can't see that screen. Fucking carrots. I'm like Mr. PCDD. He's got 3 monitors. I've only got 1. And he can't even see the screens. I know the feeling. I've never seen a dog eat pot noodle before. Ain't ya? Do you know what, Mr. Worms? He loves anything. Yeah, be good. He's just got an OLED TV mount. He loves pot noodles. There's nothing that dog does not eat. He literally eats near enough everything. Yesterday, he threw a bloody ball. It bounced right up in the corner. I couldn't get it. So it's now buried and it now got all the stuff in the way. Let's get him his dish. He can have a bit more pot noodle. I don't eat a lot anyway. I'm not a big eater. Yeah, I can see. You don't get a lot in these pot noodles. What do they actually give you? 90 grams. Ain't that a swizz, isn't it? Bloody in the 1980s, that was probably like an 180 gram pot. They've even swindled us out of a bloody pot noodle. Yeah, who wants more pot noodle? I have to watch him because he'll glue all my stuff up. He does love a pot noodle, that lad. I've got to maximise the profits. I don't know, I've got an hole in my tooth and all. Yeah, watch this. Right, yeah, just take it. Yeah, take the fucking pot noodle dish. That's it. Yeah, chew that dish up until like there's bits of plastic all over the place. He'll eat that now. So dog cracks me up. Absolutely cracks me up. Oh, I've got to put the... Oh, you know I ain't done. I've not put the ribbon back, have I? There you go. We put the ribbon back now. Is that Grundig again? Yeah, bloody laser disc is playing up, Michael, on that. Fucking, I had it plugged in for the other day, and then the laser decided that it wouldn't read the discs. So I've just checked it. God, that was fun and games trying to get that bloody pot to get it all the way to. I just checked the other one. This one originally, before I adjusted it, was 726. Grass puddle is squinting the main PCB, and then you can't see the pots. Yeah, that's just it. It's adjusting in bloody pots. You know what it is? You're trying to get something to go at this angle, and you can't get nothing in there. You've got to do it from the back, so it sits straight, and then you alter it. Well, you just obviously I've just spent the last 5 minutes trying to bloody get that thing in. You know, altering the value. He's at that. That pot noodle's gone, mate. He's wolfed that down. Oh, fucking, there we go. Now I can't get the bloody... This is the only thing with these poxy lasers. Now I've got to get this in, and I've got to guide this in, and without not trying to rip the cable. I hate these type of ribbon cables because, again, it don't take much to rip these. Yeah, they put this in where you can't bloody access it. There you go, she's in. I'm not going to screw them down just for a minute. Oh, mind you, saying that, I ain't... For fucking crying out loud, you know I ain't done. Look, I forgot the bloody cables are under here. Oh, now I've pulled that ribbon cable out. Yeah, of course you have. That's a good idea, isn't it? Sorry guys, I'll read your message. Give me one moment. Obviously, not the easiest things to try and gain access points to when you're trying to... They put it right next to... Do you know what? Oh, to blame German. The bloody Germans, when they built this, not only did they put it right next to a live connection, right, with a little bit of plastic, where all this is the main voltage going in, they put the ribbon cable right next to it. So, common sense would have been, put it down at the bottom, right, so then you've got more flexibility. No. No, not the way they built this. They obviously done this where they thought, oh, this would be accessible. Yeah, crying out loud. They weren't kidding. Well, that's not the one for that. That is the one for that. And that one up here. So they put another ribbon cable right behind a live board. Yeah. Yeah, that works out really well. I mean, yeah, totally recommended. Nice one, guys. I mean, you know, whoever designed it thought, yeah, that's a great idea. We just put it there. Lamos. They're playing it. Yeah, that's usually the RAM back and then the focus adjustment for the main PCB. Yeah, that ribbon is the right way. Usually it's the, yeah, usually the blue part is facing up. Well, on that, you have to look, they've reversed it. It's obviously not facing up, it has to face down because the pins are at the top. Otherwise, it covers the pins up and then it won't read. Now, before I do that, let me just double check. Now, I've not touched that pot. I've not touched it. Let me just probe that pot. I can't get it close to... The original was 924 that come off it. I don't think I can get it to 924. It's actually dropped down to 922. Wow. 921. Now, I've not even touched that. That bloody pot's adjusted itself because I've been moving this about. Wow, that's unbelievable. Well, that's about as close I'm ever going to get it. Let's have a look. Oh, fucking hell, I've now got sticky marks all over the thing. Yeah, 924, and that's dropped down to 922. You know why? Because I ain't screwed this down. Let me screw it down. These bloody things ain't screwed down. They don't really like it, I tell you. It's really ultra sensitive. I'm just hoping that the laser ain't going on its way out. It looks like to me, because you, like you said, you're altering that pot that goes to this ribbon, and then straight away it's going to the board. So it's obviously you're altering its value because you've had to bump the pot up, obviously, and it is working. You can actually see it's reading, but it was doing this last time. Yeah, I bet it is. Do you know what? I honestly think that laser is dying. It's gradually dying. Yeah, adjusting that laser is, yeah. I'm thinking I think that's exactly where it is. I think that laser's on its way out. This is the only thing with lasers, you don't know the history of when something works. Lucky enough, if the big end of all of it, as long as I've got a working cage, Mr. Pico can source me a laser out. I'm sure he can, because obviously he's in the line of business where he does recycling, because he's sending a lovely JVC all-in-one deck. It needs sorting out. He's going to pass it my way. I'm going to try and repair it, and then I'm going to sell it for the Dogs Trust Fund. Obviously it's not working. We've got no channel on the right side. It works on the left, not on the right. It needs a belt for the record player, belt for the tape deck, and the tape, it's chewing the tapes up. I know exactly what that is because I've done them before. It's the pinch rollers. The pinch rollers are worn. Obviously it ain't enough to put the right amount of tension on the retaining pin and then help to bring the tape back round, and obviously the belt as well. So combination of all three causes 90% of chewing tapes up. So my biggest concern is I've got to sort the channel out first before I sort the other issue out. Cause obviously, but yeah, it's a really nice system. Let's put another CD in, because the one that he struggled with was Elvis. He struggled with Elvis for some reason. Let's get an Elvis. Right, we got Elvis. Elvis is in the building. Right, let me take this out. Now this is what it was doing last time. It ran absolutely fine. Now if this is still doing it after about 3 to 4 hours, what's the time now? Oh, I'm not going to leave this for running for 3 to 4 hours, it'd be midnight. Oh, I've played the wrong one. Sorry guys. I forgot you got two things on here. It is playing Elvis. What I need to do is leave this on tomorrow and just keep putting it on autoplay. I'm going to anchor these down right the way down. I wouldn't be surprised if these had some bad caps. If it was anything like that other bloody board, that was a joke. Now, isn't that funny, isn't it? I'll take it out of the dock system. The DJI works. As soon as I pull it back in the dock, it turns itself off. I don't get that. That's weird. Well, that diode, I didn't even touch it. Just by putting it back in, and it went to 922. And the original pot on that other one down there was 924. Mr. Pico! How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Obviously you've been busy. It's getting the swing of things, getting put back in. Yeah, it just told me that he was live. Sorry, bud. I meant to put a link. I did put a link in the description on the thing, but yes, I wasn't gonna do a stream. Obviously, I've been doing that Technics board. I found there's 8 caps now. I've got 23 more to do, but I found 8 now that is now defective on the board, which is, and I put red dots on. Obviously, I ain't done them all. But all these silver ones I still ain't done yet, but it took me 12 hours just to do this section, because obviously I've had to pull every individual leg out to go through, and I've got 20 odd left to do. How long you been on what, on this board? That's how long I've been on it. I've obviously been quite a few hours trying to. There's 8 so far. There's 8 failed on this board alone. That's without the other 3 that found. No, it's been live. Oh, 90 minutes. So yeah, give or take. Yeah, the Grundig's playing up again. The Grundig is playing up again. So basically, it played when I was doing the streaming yesterday. It was running fine. I thought I'll leave it fine. And then all of a sudden it got to about coming up to just under 4 hours. It decided to play up. It wouldn't read the discs. It come up no disc. I tried the disc, it tried reading it, and it wouldn't read it. So I've just took the laser, I've just took the assembly out, I've adjusted it. This is why I really need an oscilloscope, like you said at the end of the day. But I've just checked the other laser, which is on the other one that I've got down here. I've put it down here, right? So I've took that off. Checked that laser, and that laser was registered at 924. So 0.924. This one was registered at 0.36. 0.3. Yeah, no. It's 0. It was 0.736, something like that. The scope that you bought that have been looking up on, yes, I did find it on YouTube, on the up front. Yeah, it showed you how to operate it. The only thing is, the one that I bought obviously ain't going to come with no leads, so I've got to source some leads. They're only BNC connectors. I haven't got any of them BNC ones because they're all going to be standard BNC connectors anyway. They won't have banana jacks on them. They'll all be, most of them, or 9 out of 10, will always use a BNC connector, which you just push and twist. Yeah, I'll get some. Yeah, get some quality ones. Yeah, I'm hoping it's working because he said he can't test it. I don't know how he means he can't test it. I'm hoping it's bloody working. He said it comes from a working environment. Well, that don't mean nothing. I'm just hoping it ain't faulty because the next cheapest one on that was £180. Obviously, that one he was asking for 140, and I took a gamble and I said, "Would you take 100 for it?" And he said, "Yeah." So if it don't, it'll be going back because obviously trying to get them repaired, you're going to need specialist equipment. Just hoping it. I'm just hoping it might be genuine. That I've got one. I think I've got one BNC connector lead, one, but you need two to probe it. So obviously. I don't think I've even got any BNC. Oh, I might. I'll tell you what I might have. No, actually, I think I'm in luck there. If I look in here, I've got these, so I won't even have to worry about. I can use these. These are BNCs. I've got a couple of these, so. What I could do for the time being, probe these in, put them onto there, and I can make a lead up, just to see if this actually works. I forgot I had them. This is why I like to have the tools. Like, I'm like yourself. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did watch that video. Yeah, he did. He just went into depth just to show you how it worked. And I put a link in the Discord team to show you how, like. You can test the multimeter on the scope. Yeah, he used banana jacks and then he probed it on that one. Yes, I did see that. No, you need the scope leads as they have a great right. Oh yeah, because they've got. You're right, because they have a grounded wire. So no, I won't be able to use that. You're right. Because the scope ones they come out with a separate wire. So you have one wire for the positive and the others for the ground. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get them ordered. It's coming by Royal Mail, so I should have it on the 6th. So that's what they said. I'm hoping if that adjust this diode, I've managed to get it down to about 922. It was up to 940, say, but putting it in, it's dropped the value down. But I'm just hoping that if this still plays up after about 4 to 5 hours, yeah, do you know what? I knew you was going to say that. I just knew you was going to. I did see the size of them. They're a chunky beast. The Aaron one isn't the analog, right? Aaron isn't the analog one. No. Is it the analog one? I think it is the analog one. Let me double check. Let's go to purchases. It might be. That's the Harris, the one that I bought. The dual trace. Yeah, it don't come with no leads. Oh, and did I tell you the bloody knob's missing? Bloody typical, isn't it? Look, the intensity knob's missing. You know, one of these diodes, one of them's missing on that side. So this is obviously the one that I've got on there. But you're right. But as again, these are dual. So what you can do, that video you showed us, you can have the highs and the lows both showing at the same time on the oscilloscope. Obviously, this is a 25 megaohm one because they obviously do a 5, they do a 15 and a 10 and a 25. Yeah, that's fine. I think you've got. I'll send you with. Holy giant. Was that? That's a Batman phone. Crossbud. Yeah. It looks like it's the. Yeah. Looks like in a photo it's working. That's what he said. He said it's come from a working environment. Okay. Mr. Grasspud never seen a size phone. Obviously, it's the way Samsung have designed their phones. You can. Oh no! Now I've switched it. Now hang on a minute. What have I touched now? No. Hold up a minute. Oh, if I cry out loud. No. I'll balls things up now. Oh, that's it. There you go. Put it back to normal. So yeah, yeah. Once you get using it, the scope, you'll know how to. Yeah, with all the. I'm thinking this is a good investment. It's like you said. Obviously, they do ones that all go all the way up to 200 megahertz at the end of the day. But I see the price of some of these. These are official. This is the official oscilloscope ones. If you can get the Chinese knockoffs, but even they are 170 to 180 pounds. But these ones, these can range anywhere from going all the way up to 600 to 700 pounds just on a scope. That goes to show how mad some of the prices are. I mean, I was really lucky. I searched for that one last night as soon as I finished the stream, and I put in a cheeky bid, and he actually accepted. But it's got a missing like dial. I'm sure I can source one somewhere. I might be able to pinch one off one of me. For the time being, I might be able to pinch one off me other stuff. Yeah, you'll love that the old Atari and the Commodore, etc. The computers and stuff. Yes, because again, here we go. It's doing it. Look, it's struggling to read a disc. It ain't even been. It's not even been 2 minutes, and this thing's now struggling to read a disc. I think this laser's going. Yeah, you're able to test the CPU on that Atari. Look, it's struggling. It's barely moving, and now it's stuck. This is. I think this laser's on its way out, and in the end, the laser will stop. So I think this laser's gone. This is why I said I wanted to run it. It can't run. No, here we go. It's just stopped now. This is exactly. I think this laser's gone. It can't read. It's really struggling to read. Yeah, if it can't play the tracks, there's more in the focus. Yeah, it's a shame. So really, it looks like to me the laser is obviously. Look, it's trying to read this one and it can't read it. Oh, we got track. I'm gonna play it. If it can't play the tracks, yeah, the focus is on the focus side. Do you know what? I'm thinking what I might do while I've got the other one apart. I might actually strip the laser and swap the lasers over, because I think this laser's going. It's not looking good for this laser. I'm going to turn her off. I'm going to swap that laser over. I hate working on these things because, like you said, but that was struggling to read that disc. It was working fine. Yes, you're right there, Mr. Pico, as usual, sir. That will be perfect for probing the laser. Obviously, I can get the hooks on there and then have a look at the scope to actually see the curvature, and then you'll see it struggling. On that front, because you'll get that. You can then get that curvature of when on the oscilloscope to actually see where it is. But I think that was a good deal for what I've got there. To be honest, I'm just hoping that he's working, even though regardless that he's plugged it in and he's got a light on there. That front. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping it's been good. I'll do an unboxing and I'll do a live stream on that front. Right, so I'm going to have to take this apart again. God. Right, okay. I'm going to swap the laser over. No, I think that laser's gone. It was working fine, and then all of a sudden now it's struggling. Now I've adjusted that. I'm not going to go too mad with that laser because you'll just burn it out and take out a component on the board. Bloody typical, isn't it? How can that to be? How hard is it to try and get this fully up and running? Right, let me take that out. So I've got a couple of, so I'm hoping that the suggestions that Mr. Pico recommended, obviously on my multimeters and on my tools, because I'm thinking that 90% of when you're working, when doing electrics, obviously you want to improve on your skills. I mean, that is the general idea of everyone's sort of benefit. You just get better over the more you do, the more you get better at it. But the tools are the most important, because without tools you can't do your job. I can't work with things that I have to make do with what I've got, and it's not ideal. I'm going to have to undo this. This one's going to have to be undone. Yeah, I thought there was a couple. Bloody hate working on these things. So this indication that this laser's virtually not got much life in it. See, again, I couldn't play it because obviously the tray was busted up. It's the only thing with CDs, isn't it, with lasers? I sort the bloody cage out, buy one with all the lasers. I mean, it's just as well I've got a spare one that I've put back up for sale. I've managed to strip it down for parts. I'm not swapping the lasers over, I'm just swapping the entire system. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not even going to contemplate, take lasers out and put it into this cage, because it's the same bloody cage. Oh, I forgot. There you go, she's out. Right, so I can take that one out. She's out. So obviously the diode, I tried cleaning the diode. They're bloody big, ain't they, them diodes? Look at the size of it. That's got a big sensor on there, that front. Let's just quickly test that diode on there while I've got my multimeter. In fact, how good it does. Yeah, do it. Until I get him other multimeters that Mr. Pico recommended, because obviously he's got some top professional stuff, so it does make it sense. I'll just double check to see what that's registering. Don't get it. I can't seem to get a meter reading from it. Oh, here we go. It's dropped back down to 700 again. Now I've not altered that. I've not touched it, and yet it's dropped back down to 700. Wow. I don't know if this thing's got it's 40 or something or what. That is weird. That is really, really weird. That's a weird sensation. I've not touched it, and yet that's dropped down, and I've not even touched the diode on it. When I tested that with the multimeter, it was all the way up to 920 something. I'm not even going to contemplate. That thing's got a mind of its own. Right, I'll take the other one out. Alright, no worries. Just push these up to here. Just swap them over. Because obviously my issue was the cage, because of the gearing cog mechanism weren't engaging properly, because of obviously that's had a big split on that front. So I'll take this one out. I'll have to plug it back in because I've got to take the drive out. Oh, I can't undo the drawer. Oh, because I forgot. Yeah. Because obviously the doors are wobbling around. Alright. Put that up there then. I keep forgetting, yeah, the drawers broke with this one. Yeah, them other ones I'm waiting for to be ordered from AliExpress. Hopefully they're going to be here before my birthday. I'm just hoping. Oh, for crying out loud. I can't even get a cable out. Jesus. Why do they... Obviously, they've put these in. Fucking hell, I can't even get them. These ain't even going to be budging. There you go. She's out. You know why? Because they've been tucked underneath the bloody board. Right. You thought that was a good idea. Oh no, that's not it. That goes from the front. It's this one. There you go. Right, now she's got caught underneath. Yeah, of course she has. That ain't gonna go... No. Oh, gee. For crying out loud. Now it's got completely all tangled up. Wow. There she go. Done it. Right, don't get that one confused. Now this is the broken CD drawer one, but I want the laser. I want the laser out of it. I'm going to swap the laser over. Oh, Jesus. Well, I didn't expect to do this, put it this way. Wonder how Mr. MK got on with these controllers. Yeah, what I need to do. I think you're right there, Mr. Peaker. I think what I need to do, as soon as that oscilloscope turns up, I need to do some experiments with it to get you familiar of understanding how to use an oscilloscope. I know it sounds a silly question, but it's vital on that front. It is vital. Now obviously this one was obviously going ding dong. I think that laser's is going bad big time. Oh for Christ. Why is it so bloody difficult to try and put one of these back in? Wow. I didn't think that was going to give me an headache, to be honest. Try and get one of these lined back up. Oh, I've got that wrong. Yes, the Aris is the dual channel 25. It's designed for analog analysing electrical signals and displaying voltage versus in time. Yeah, because I think you're right. It's exactly it. These obviously the one that you've got, the Harris one. The video that I did manage to watch, that you can have, you can pull it where it can go 5 or 10% low, or 5% or something like that, or 5% high, and you can have the dual channels going at the same time. So then when it goes low, you'll see the low point as well as the high point. So it will differ because it's the dual channel. Yeah, understanding involves using the obviously the vertical lines and the horizontal lines that triggers to capture stabilization in the waveform. Yeah, it's actually, like you said, it's a new ball game just on the oscilloscope alone. So I think what I need to do some some tests to get familiarized, to sort of get used to operation with how it understands and how it sees the, because again, you won't know what you're looking at, and that's the trouble. Obviously, you need to know roughly, because it will give you the voltages as well. Obviously, like all the oscilloscopes do, they will give you a voltage of the line of what it's connected to and what it's pulling. Chips are the worst ones for that, because you need to see if they're pulsating, because obviously a lot of them, with especially the Ataris and Commodores, Spectrums, things like that, you'll have clocking, and you need to see that clock that live clocking performance, and some of them will have a good oscilloscope. It will show you the clocking. I think they'll all do that anyway, but it will show you the clocking performance of the chip. Yeah, it's a learning curve, but once you get there, it will literally fall in. It will, yeah. I think you're right. It will fall in with audio stuff, and this is why Mendip Mark. If you look on the back when he does all of his audio equipment, he always uses oscilloscopes, always, and straight away, obviously, he's very, very knowledgeable, a bit like Luke, you know, but you need that oscilloscope to do that analysing work to actually see, because otherwise, if you look at a chip, most 90% on all electric boards will have chips, a bit like this. The trouble is, it's alright replacing capacitors, resistors and diodes, but then these will be audio and processing ICs. Now the downside to that is there's no way of knowing what, without the schematics. You still need to pull schematics, because even oscilloscope will only go so far and you won't understand what the outputs of the pins. I mean, you'll always start from pin 1, which is always on the top right or the top left on this. This one is this actually has got 100, it's saying on there 127 pins. Well, that probably would be about right. I mean, obviously, looking at these, probably would. So you'll count down, and obviously you need to probe the pins, obviously, because not all the pins are going to be live, because they'll be doing multiple things on the board. But the oscilloscope, without that, you will still need an oscilloscope to probe that, because without the schematics, you might say pin 34 is supposed to be clocking. It's not clocking, or there's no signal, no data line. Then you can look at that pin 34, think, right, okay, I now need to trace that pin 34 to see what that's connected to in trace, and what that pin, because it could be a diode gone that's causing that, or could it be a faulty chip? But you need to eliminate that first, and you still can't do that without an oscilloscope. So yeah, I can see the aspects of this side is really quite interesting. You know, it's a vital piece of equipment, and you will need it, because 90% will have a chip in it. Obviously you don't need to do that with things like PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's, because they use multi-layer boards. It's much more complex. But vintage stuff, what we tend to use, or like what Mendip Mark does, he obviously does a little bit of everything. Even Mr. Swindon, prime example, he obviously gets repairs in, he's getting multiple different items in, and they've obviously got, like that last one he was working on today, that speaker system. That was a weird system setup, but obviously without taking it apart, it ended up being that the whole system needed to be replacing. The basic snipes, yes, the dual trace is a 2-band 25, yeah, that's it. It's the cathode ray tubes, the CRTs, that types in 8x 10 centimeter grids, differentials in measurements. See that again, CRTs, prime example. Yeah, you're right, because again, specifications. Yeah, that's the specs that you need. That's the specs of the ones that you've bought. So that goes to show, like you said, try to retune CRTs in. Obviously, again, going to be very difficult without without one of those oscilloscopes. So I think it's a big crucial, vital piece of equipment to have. I think you're definitely 100% right there. So you know, it's just trying to get that in. Right, finally, I've got that in there. Oh, there you go. She's in. Thank friggin' hell for that, because that done my friggin' head in. But I think you're right. It's a prime. Once you've got that, you won't have any issues with equipment, because, like you said, I think all parts that Mendit Mark, he's obviously got loads of he's obviously got loads of oscilloscopes, and I didn't realise that the price of some of them oscilloscopes are very, very pricey indeed. Very pricey. They can be, like I said, they can range anywhere up to £1,000, some even more. So yeah, I'm thinking you're right. I think what I need to do is, once I've got that, is to start learning how to use that. It's a vital piece. I mean, like you said, it'll all fall into play. Then when you're trying to do a bit of audio equipment, you know roughly what to turn on to the oscilloscope and what to look for. Right, now can I put... I know, I dropped it on the floor, didn't I? Of course you did. So yeah, I'm thinking it's one of those crucial pieces of equipment. It's definitely essential, not for everyone, but I'm thinking for the line of work what you do and what I do. Mainly you, because you obviously you're dealing with it 24/7 because you're stripping things down, obviously. But I'm obviously getting into swing rings because I've got a lot of vintage stuff. The downside to vintage stuff, it's much more. This is what I said to Mr. PCDD. It's not easy to deal with vintage items. I can definitely relate to that because I know it is a much more wider, harder job to try to encourage to try and get repaired, because one big part of that's got to be do with parts. Right, so I'm going to put this one back in. Now I'll swap that laser out. Alright, where's the... Is that the one that's plugged into that? Hold up a minute. No. So where's... Is the other one plugged into it? Because I can't remember. Hold up, guys. I'm sure I'm bloody... That's the only thing. That's the only thing when you've got like two bits of everything. You're now seeing double, and you're thinking, "Hang on a minute, I'm getting really confused here." Yeah. On some of the vintage items, you need an analog equipment to test the digital, and then the digital ones, not on the old vintage electrics. Yeah, I'm thinking you're right. It's like you said. It's just. I'll tell you the ones what that would come in handy. Obviously, the record player. Obviously, it's the valve side, because the valve has to warm up on that side of it. Yeah, you're right. 100%. It's like you said. Modern stuff uses completely different technology. It only applies really. Them oscilloscopes really only apply to mainly vintage items, which obviously I've got a lot. I've got a lot of vintage stuff, so obviously, yeah. I mean, once it's repaired, it ain't so bad. But I'm not saying that at some point in its life it's going to fail. Well, obviously I found that out. Obviously, this was working lovely, and now all of a sudden the bloody diodes decided to pack up. Typical, I thought it will not give you any warning. than when it goes. So, what I've got to do, I've got to try and put that back underneath. Put that back underneath there. Oh God, this is going to be tricky as hell. Yeah, I'm a firm believer that to test all the equipment, the analog test equipment is Visa, 5 Visas and the new tech. Yes, because like you said, it's obviously vintage is much more. It's much more it's more involved, even though there might not be a lot in it. It's, you know, you obviously need the older type equipment to read it properly, to try and get the, you know, the correct signal. I mean, look at the prime example, diodes on lasers at the end of it. That's a prime example. So yes, you're 100% right there, sir. You do need these type of equipment when you're dealing with this type of vintage stuff. It's not going to give you any warnings anyway. It will just, you know, but you do need to know what you're dealing with and how to deal with it. Like you said, you deal with that because you've obviously, you do the old recycling, sir. So, ouch! Just stabbed myself in the fucking thing on it. Wow. Anyway, this is put back. Let me. It's a shame about that, really, because you've done such a good job on there with like repairing that, and where that's been repaired properly, you know, what's name it? It's just a shame that that cog is warped because it couldn't engage the drive fully. I want that going in. What's... Hold your horses, hold your horses. What's going on here? Why aren't these going in? Should do. These are lined up. I don't understand why these ain't going in. There you go. We'll put one that side, one down here. Now I've swapped that laser completely out. Let's plug her back in. It ain't gonna make no difference, it ain't gonna work anyway, because obviously I can hear it going round. So I can put the lid back on this one. Now this is the one that had bad damaged lid, and I polished it. Got all that. I polished that all the way out. I'll read your message, sir. Give me one moment. Yes. So getting this pot back. Vintage has always been one of those sort of iffy moments where these are not the easiest to try and repair. Definitely not. This is why my hat goes off to Mr. MK. Tried to repair that robot. Now you understand how difficult retro, even a retro toy, can be. Not for the faint-hearted. Definitely is not. Yeah, I think that diode was going. It wouldn't just work and then all of a sudden just start to sit there and start dying for no apparent reason. Three more to put in. So I'm going to be looking forward to actually seeing that when that turns up, and the new multimeters. So I've ordered 3 different types, the same one as you, sir. So hopefully, it will give me a better chance of actually having something that bloody works. Mr. Pico, can I ask you something, sir? When the other multimeters, the ones you've ordered, can you test in circuit with them? Do you have you ever like tested caps, diodes? Obviously this pile of crap can't even read in circuit. Yes, I have tested them. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Because that'll make my job a damn sight more easier than instead of keep fucking pulling one side of the leg up. That multimeter is absolutely pants. It couldn't even read. You know, all these fancy multimeters, and yet they don't even do half of that. Now that one's got a broken CD drive, so I need to put that one back on there. Otherwise I'm going to get confused thinking, where the bloody hell is that one? Right, now I can put this one back together. Right, easier said than done, so let me see if we can put this one back. So this is obviously the other diode. Yay! Right, that went back a lot easier than the other one. And I've got all the right screws and all the right bits on this one, so hopefully I don't know where the other bloody screws got me for the other. It's like 90% of the other things that I've managed to take apart. You're thinking, well, where's the screws gone for that? So, Mr. Pico, did you watch the, I meant to ask you, did you manage to see the coder blow up, and not blow up, but actually catch alight the PlayStation 5? I did put it into the clip. I clipped it and put it on my Discord. If you haven't watched it, sir, go and watch it. That's what 10 amps does with IPA. Not recommended. Whatever was taking a 10 amp draw, what was he thinking about putting 10 amps through? I would have never done. I mean, he must have done 1,000 Xboxes, 1,000 PlayStation 5s. Think nothing of it. That was a customer's. That was a customer's PS5. To catch it alight, he just literally launched it across the room because it was all on fire. Well, I don't think they're going to be very happy with him. He's probably thinking, hang on a minute, that's my bloody PlayStation. Yeah, I don't think they would have been too happy. No, I didn't see that. Go on my Discord page while I'm on there, right? Go in general, and it'll be on there. I've clipped it. Just watch it. Just, and then tell me, and you'll see what I mean. I've watched the full video. It went on for about an hour. I'll have a look. Who was it? The coder. The actual the coder himself. A professional. Even the experts can get it wrong. No one's. This is what I'm saying about learning to do repairs. Obviously, IPA is didn't mix very well with electricity. Well, they're not kidding. It even states it on there. This bloody stuff's flammable. So if it's flammable, injecting 10 amps obviously is not. That's why they put caution stickers. That's when you want a Mr. Swindon. Oh no, definitely an oh no moment. That, do you know what? Seeing that's a wake-up call. I personally think that's a personal wake-up call. Is to that people like ourselves just be much more cautious. Oh, so when you plugged it in, you got fire and regulator and pull it out on the faults on the 1.1 rail. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, didn't expect that. We did not expect that. What was he thinking about putting bloody 10 amps through it? It was drawing 10 amps. It fucking caught a light. So basically, all these basically he was trying to do, he was trying to do voltage injection, obviously near the IC chip, one of the Wi-Fi chips itself. But obviously he must have had the fumes from the IPA that was around on the mat at the end of the day. But again, rookie mistake. You don't think about it because you've done so many of these things. When you're doing them one after the other and you're thinking, I can do them with my eyes closed. I'm not doubting that you can't. But obviously, IPA covers, it does say that it's highly flammable. Well, yeah, he's not kidding. It really is highly flammable. Right, she's ready for a test. Will she work? The woo or new? The woo new. Right. I ain't got no IPA on here, so don't worry, it's not going to catch a light. He's never going to let that one down. And I thought I'd do some daft things. Even Mr. Carfor pulled that one out of the hat, where he tried to blow up the Christmas tree in 60 volts. But even that, there was still no match for the coder to actually bring fire to on the table. That one, did you see how many likes it? Oh, you if you only get 5 minutes, go and watch it on YouTube. Watch the full video. Obviously, they give him a brand new thing on there, but fucking made me laugh. The Raspberry Pi Pico was getting cooked in the process. It singed all the wire. Well, that's unbelievable. That could have gone. What if he had just had a bottle sitting on the side and the bottle went over? I wouldn't even want to thought about that. I really wouldn't want to think about it. That would have been big problems. CD time. Right. I'm going to bung Elvis back on. Elvis is not the greatest of discs, let's be honest. Now, I'll not touch that. Right. I'm going to leave it running. Right. I personally think that so what I've done, right, I think this is the original draw and the original laser out of the broken one. So all it had was that the door was sticking. So all I managed to do was reline it all back up and it was fine. That's all it needed. So now this is back all in from the other. Yeah. What did you do to burn a test disc or copyright-free music when you're doing, so you don't risk copyright? Good question. What, to actually burn a disc for a test disc for copyright-free music? Well, you can actually you can go to YouTube Free Music, download the MP3s, and then what I use to burn it onto CDs. Obviously, if you've got a CD burner, or if not, get one of those portable, one of these ones. I've got a brand new in here. I've not even opened it. I've got a couple of these at the end of the day. You can burn it, then basically download the MP3s or WMAs. Use I can put a link in. I've got the software on my PC. What I do when I finish the stream, I'll go back on my PC I'll get you. Do you want what do you need? Do you need some copyright-free music to put onto a CD? I can give you the. I'll give you the software, and I can put you some links, and then where you can just download and you can copy over the software on that front. But yeah, as long as you've got one of these, you should be fine to put it onto a CD. Or if you've got one of these type of devices, you can then you can plug the PC and just record it straight to the CD. Job done. You ain't got no worries about it. Now look, my point is, it struggled with one. This is burning fine. This is playing fine. It's not having any issues. So my point is that Oldham Electronics, Spotify do playlist of copyright free. Oh yeah, yes, thank you Oldham. Yeah, you're right, sir. Actually, Spotify. Not everyone wants to use Spotify because of the bloody remaining ads, but if you use what I use, you will get premium without the ads. Obviously, if you do it through the web browser, you won't get the annoying ads keep popping up. But that depends what browser you use. No, I meant you. I use, sir. Let me show you the one I asked. Who did I ask? I don't know. I think it was. I don't know if it was Rusty Russ. The ones that I actually use. Yeah, you should record copyright-free music in your testing stream. Yeah, basically. Let me go and I'll show you what one I actually use, which is this one here. This is no copyright. This one plays in the background just all the time, and even though it flags up copyright, it's sort of like you can get, yeah, I know the ones you mean. You can sort of like play it in the background. This is the one I always play in the background anyway, so yeah, I know the ones you mean. So you pull it onto a CD, burn it, and then you can play it basically, so you don't get done. Yeah, so yeah, I know exactly what you mean, but yeah, this is absolutely working fine. Or you can just use your own copyright-free music. Yeah, these CDs, this don't like being moved around. I've noticed this. It really don't like being moved around much. So I've got to source. How many screws have I got there? Hang on a minute. How have I got all these bloody screws? And where have all these come from? I don't even know where half of these bloody screws have come from, but they're going in anyway. Well, it's playing a CD. It's actually playing it fine. Struggling. Yeah, but so did the other one, and it decided to stop working for no apparent reason. I think that laser was just going. It's just, isn't it bloody annoying though? It's a prime example to what I just said earlier on about vintage electrics, about just packing up and working. They won't give you no warning, will they? Obviously, I've not touched this. All I've done was swap the lasers over. I thought, oh, I'll put the original laser back. Right, at the end of the day. And then, because I've been using it, it didn't like it. It decided to throw a wobbler. Right. I am not touching none of that. I'm not even going to lick it. I'm not even going to lick it because that's high voltage straight away. The transformer's right behind here at the end of the day. And there's me tapping it with a bloody metal screwdriver. Yeah, that makes sense. The coder don't, he ain't the only one, but I've got to admit, actually having fire was actually quite cool. Regardless to it did enough look good on this, you know, can you imagine that on a live stream? Bloody hell, I'd be broadcasted halfway around the world. Literally retro comes around, next thing is fire. You're thinking, oh no. I don't just fall off chairs, I blow things up as well. Mr. Car 41 is one for that, yeah. So is that working now? It seems to be, sir, yes. It does. It definitely does seem to be working. And that's using that Elvis CD. So, but only time will tell. I'm going to put the lid back on. I've screwed all these down. It's as tight as I can get them. I don't know what was up with that other diode. It just didn't want to. I altered the diode on it. I don't know what was up with it. Yeah, there's one way to go viral. Mind you, when you get 5 minutes, go on his YouTube page, have a look at it. Right, I'll tell you what. It was last up to when I looked. It was last up to 800 likes. Michael, he's waving. Put your hands down. You know, Mr. Swindon don't like anyone putting his hands up. Lame-o. No, that's fine. It's just don't like being moved, actually. Oh, you know what I've done? I've put the wrong bloody screws in. There's the screws for it. Oh, for crying out loud. There was the 4 screws. No wonder. Let's put them back. I put the wrong bloody screws in. So what was they out of then? What was them long screws out of? I don't know what them long screws were out of. Well, obviously they're not the right ones. Fuck, now I ain't going to get them out. God, hold up. Got an idea. Where's the magnet ones? These are magnets. Michael makes me laugh. Yeah, stop retracting your messages. Mind you, I can understand. It don't bother me about retracting messages anyway. I've got a job to see them. Not with my carrots. Yeah, look at that, see? That's why I love things. I bought these off TikTok. All these. And they're all these are magnets. Right? It's a very thin magnet wrapped around that. It puts the magnet down. These are great. I bought a set of these. All off AliExpress. All like different lengths and sizes. There's flat ends and all that. Absolutely great. Great little tools these are. You know how deep some of these bloody things can be. Try and take them out. Yeah, I like to put the original ones back in. Trust me to bloody put the wrong ones in. Mind you, there's all these bloody screws laying on the bench. It's like 90% if I ain't dropping them on the bloody floor. God. Yeah, I'd like to get my hands on that. Yeah, what was that? I was laughing earlier on Mr. Swindon's stream. What was that thing about the foreskin? What they was going on about? I couldn't stop laughing. I nearly choked on my sandwich. I thought, am I hearing things? What's this? Foreskin? I think, what are they going on about foreskins for? Fucking absolutely rolled on the floor of laughter. Thought it was really funny. I must have fell asleep. I missed that. Literally, I'm not joking. Sorry, I just burst out laughing. I mean, am I hearing? I know I'm going mutton in my old age, but bloody hell, that I turned round. I nearly choked on my sandwich through laughter. I thought they was going about foreskin. I'm going, what? What a topic. Obviously, it got taken. Whatever it was, it must have got taken. It must have got taken off the off the Android devices. Andy's streams are entertaining. Yes, you definitely could say that, my friend. They definitely were. So hold up then. So what's all these screws? Why have I got all these screws? I've got 8 screws left here. Well, where have they come from? I can't recall even. Hang on a minute. I don't know what I've done here. I'm ending up with more bloody screws now. I only took them out. I put them back in. I'm baffled. I put them screws back in. So where was they off? I've got more screws now. Well, I didn't earlier on, but I have now. I'll tell you what, no wonder I filled that pot up. No wonder I've got a pot of screws. I always end up with more screws when I take things apart. Thinking, well, hang on a minute. I didn't have that many before. Now, why have I got all this left over? How many on there? Hold up a minute. Thought there was short screws on that one. So what? I've got 3 there, 3 there, 1 at the back. No, something's not right. Something's not right here. I've got all these bloody big screws and I ain't got a clue where they've gone. Oh, I think they're up here. I put the wrong ones in. Look. So where's your? So why was these off? I haven't got a clue. I am completely baffled with the screws now. I've now got a pot. I've now got about 6 screws, and I ain't got a clue where they've come from. They ain't come out of here. I only took the DVD player apart. Oh, for crying. Wonder how Mr. Russ was getting on with that desol, because again he was looking at that desoldering the rework station. Well, that must have burnt some electric up. Tell you what, bloody hell, you couldn't have that on in the UK. You'd be moaning about your bloody electric bill. Well, I ain't got a clue where these come from, these big screws. How are we getting on? Is she still playing? Yeah, she's still playing. And it's fucking weird. This CD player's got a minor. These are what I don't like about CD players, how finicky they can be. Good hell. It's, yeah, I've got to admit, even for Mr. Coder himself, that one, he's never going to let that down in a hurry. Trying to catch that on one of these repairs. That even beats Carfor's. That beats Mr. Carfor's blowing up his tree by a long standards. Obviously, you're not going to beat that one, Mr. Carfor. I ain't got a clue where all them bloody screws are. They come off something. I can't remember what. Let's have a look to see if she works. Hopefully. Yeah, she's playing. So I'm just going to leave it playing. Hopefully, that is going to be the last time I have to take this bloody thing apart. If the laser on this one don't go bad. Obviously, the pot on that other laser, obviously, it was struggling to read a disc. It was just struggling too much. Oh, them other screws, I think I know what they might be on. But where am I going to end up with all these screws? Then I realised I've got the bloody boarding bits, you know. Obviously I've got this, so the screws are all going to be for that. Yeah. Well. What we got? 826. Well, I'm hoping that is going to be the last time I open that bloody thing up. I'm hoping so. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee with anything vintage. You can't never say never, because it just is. It's one of them things. I wonder how, that's what I said. I wonder how Mr. MK's getting on. I like Mr. MK, he cracks me up. Yeah, right, well, that's all in bits in there. So, what is that? Oh, that's that bit. That bit can go in here. Well, the CD player is working. I didn't doubt for a second it didn't, but like the other one said it was working. Yeah, it worked for a short while. That's about it. And then it decided to say, no, I'm not going to work no more. Oh well. I'm not going to put that on there, it's going to scratch it all, isn't it? Of course it is. Well guys, I am going to say that is a winner for me, because obviously I tried adjusting that laser, which I managed to did adjust it, and then it just decided to go back on itself. So obviously there was an issue with that laser as well. It's like the multiple issues that it's got. This is working, and that's lovely ticking. That's ticking away really nice and quiet. So I know for a fact that is, I'm not going to have an issue with this one, because I can hear it. It's just a very very tiny tick. It's a bit like a watch, and that's how they should chirp away. They should just like a very tiny tick on them ones, and that one's seems to be doing very very well. So, but I'm going to leave that running just in case. I'll leave that running tomorrow. Put it on. It's a shame we can't put these on a loop, innit? Like, just keep running the same disc. That's one thing. CD player. Oh, you can repeat it. Repeat all. There you go. I can put it on repeat and just leave it. And then when it gets onto it, it'll just keep going over. I didn't know that. Not all DVDs have got them, but yeah, that's got a repeat. I've just clicked on it, which is this button on here. So obviously it's got repeat all, and that's it. That's a good little device thing. So then you could just leave it, and it'll just like play over and over. And that was obviously the scratched Elvis one. So if it plays a scratched Elvis one, fine. So I bent my tweezers up. No. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I'm gonna say thank you for streaming, for popping onto the stream. I should say thank you for streaming. Duh. Got that one. It's that pot noodle's gone to me. Talk about pot noodle. No, Dick's laying on the chair over there, so he's sando. And yes, Mr. Pico, as usual, sir. Thank you very much. Michael, thank you for popping on. Carfol was on earlier. I don't know who else is lurking in the background. We'll have some lurkers popping about. Thank you so much for popping on, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Mr. Grasspuddle, thank you, sir, on that front. So yes, I don't know if, obviously Mr. Swindon will always be on because he's always got work, so I'll be looking forward to all on that front. I can't wait for Mr. MK to go back on, so I can jump on his stream. We can all bombard his stream. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.